a term that is used in many contexts. But how can one imagine nothingness? We probably can't imagine it at all. We usually think of things as existing because we always perceive something through our senses. When we sleep at night and don't dream, we don't notice anything for hours and have no sense of time. That might be a feeling of nothingness. Also, when we close our eyes and find a quiet corner. When you close your eyes, you see black. Even black wouldn't exist in pure nothingness. Not even empty space. Aristotle struggled with ideas like empty space and couldn't truly conceive of nothingness. An empty space? What does that mean? The existence of 3 dimensions where there are no atoms. The problem becomes clear as follows. If we have an atom somewhere at one point, what is next to it? The world would just be empty space and atoms. But both things are hard to explain. What we definitely know is that there are atoms and that there are unimaginably many of them. Rather than numbers, give this example. In every room we are in, there are still 100 atoms that Caesar exhaled in his last breath when he was murdered. In the entire universe, there are about 10 to the power of 89 atoms, a 1 with 89 zeros. We will never be able to imagine such numbers. It all started when, in ancient Greece, the philosopher Democritus wondered whether, in theory, you could divide something forever, or whether at some point there is something that is indivisible and where you could then say, that's what we are all made of. We now know something like that must exist, and that's the indivisible, in Greek, atomos, which means the atom. But here again, you have to consider whether it really is indivisible, since the atom in turn consists of a nucleus and an electron shell. But what exactly is the atom? Is the atom even a thing? All things are supposed to be made up of atoms, but then logically, the atom itself can't be a thing. We want to explain how things are built, but we're already assuming it with the atom. The fact that electrons orbit around the atomic nucleus also reminds us of a planetary system. And there's the problem again. Are atoms, the original entities with which we want to explain the world, allowed to contain something that we're actually trying to explain? Atoms must be different from familiar things. The young physicist Werner Heisenberg came to the groundbreaking conclusion that the orbits of electrons around the atomic nucleus actually don't exist at all. They exist only because we observe them. This confirms the theory of the philosopher Immanuel Kant, namely that the laws of nature are what we prescribe to nature. Shouldn't we take life as it is and eventually accept that we can't understand everything? Non-being can't be felt, even in death, because feeling it would mean something still exists. Ultimately, even a space with no atoms, temperature, or anything else isn't truly nothing, because at that moment, space and time still exist. A major philosophical question is, why does anything exist instead of nothing? Why was there a Big Bang? What caused the Big Bang? Some religions offer explanations. The Big Bang marked the beginning of space, time, and matter. Was there really nothing before the Big Bang? Let's imagine the nothingness that existed before the Big Bang. At some point, there was simply the Big Bang. There must be something outside of the Big Bang. How can something come from nothing? Especially since we're talking about a universe where we live and can think about things like this. Where does all the energy come from? The matter, and why in this amount? Dark energy is the force expanding the universe against gravity. Changing this force even slightly would either tear the universe apart or make it collapse in on itself. That's how Stephen Hawking discovered that our universe had to be incredibly finely tuned for our existence to even be possible. He compared it to 10 to the power of 55 razor blades stacked with a pencil balanced on top. That's how unlikely our universe is.